What I'd like to do today is to walk you through one of the presentations that I did last year among a group of enterprise architects and business architects. And the title of the presentation that I have is Business Architecture Trends and Methods. One of the things that we were able to cover in that presentation is that there is this new budding profession called business architecture. And we said, what is the impact of this new field? So let's take a look at some of these new trends. Okay, let me start by quoting Thomas Kuhn. He wrote in a book called The Structure of Scientific Revolution. What he said there was that if there was going to be a change of thinking among the scientific community, like engineers or scientists, what does it take to make that happen? And pretty much he said there has to be a shift in paradigm. First, there has to be anomalies that the current scientific community cannot understand or even find an answer. Or there has to be another type of a thinking or a way of looking at problems or these anomalies that will help them solve it. When this new knowledge or set of practitioners come out to solve these anomalies, and much more than what the current thinking or knowledge can solve, that's when the shift happens. Today, I have to say that business architecture is doing just that. Business architecture allows the whole discipline of enterprise architecture look at the different problems that we have today and say, how do we solve this using this new set of tools and techniques called business architecture? Some of the early influencers that made this shift happen are the different third-party consulting firms like Forrester, Cotter, Gartner. Some other players are the formal nonprofit associations. We have subject matter experts in the academe, consultants who are consulting with Fortune 500 companies in terms of business architecture. What we're seeing also is an emergence of a certain body of knowledge. Lastly, I would say the laggards in all of these is because they're waiting for the market to happen, are the software tool vendors. Now, what is business architecture?
It is a blueprint of the enterprise that provides a common understanding of the organization and is used to align strategic objectives and tactical demands.
What do you see as something familiar to you? What word in that definition that seems familiar and we've discussed in class?
Blueprint.
Blueprint, right? What else?
Align strategic objectives.
Okay, the word align, strategic objectives.
Organization.
Organization, exactly.
Understanding.
Understanding and how these all fit together. So the question there is, how different is it from enterprise architecture? Probably it's worth asking, right? Because if we are talking about the same thing, a business architect comes up with a blueprint of the organization or the enterprise that is used to align strategy with tactics. Isn't that familiar? Business architecture is a disciplined approach to realize business models and to serve as a business foundation of the enterprise to enhance accountability and improve decision making. What is key here is the value proposition. What is it for the business owner? Why do I need to bother with business architecture? It is to improve the decision-making process as well as to enhance the accountability of all the stakeholders within the organization. It is no longer just an IT event or an IT exercise or an IT process. It is a business process. And that's what business architecture is trying to deliver as a message. That coming up with a blueprint isn't just an IT endeavor anymore. Why? Because at the end of the day, what's really important is we help business owners, whether it's for profit, whether you're head of a government, a not-for-profit organization, towards enhanced accountability and better decision making. Business architecture is really all about what the business does, not necessarily how. Because the other parts of enterprise architecture will take care of that, the technology, the infrastructure, the application. But business architecture discusses what is the business really all about. Now what you see here are just sample deliverables from the OMG Business Architecture Special Interest Group. You have the business motivation model, the balanced scorecard model, and really they're just operationalizing some of these concepts. So that's part of the modeling aspect. And then the mapping aspect is basically saying, okay, how does the business motivation model operate when it is mapped against the business model of the